rising. Peace, peace, peace. Naturally royal, beautiful people. How you feeling? How you feeling? How you living? How you doing today? Okay, we got two videos going, two devices, so forgive me if you see me look up, down, okay? Um, Today we're talking about fibroids. You know, this video has been long awaited, maybe not by you, but by me. I just been wanting to discuss some of these things that, some of the issues that females, that we go through, some of the changes that our body go through. So I want to talk about first my experience with fibroids. I have 4 children. As some of you all know, I have 4 children. My oldest is 13 now. My youngest is 5. And I discovered that I had fibroids when I was about 5, 6 months pregnant, maybe about 7, 8 months, I don't know. And I remember getting a card, an information card from my OBGYN. And I was reading the information. It was all my information, my blood type, everything about my pregnancy. I wasn't a high-risk pregnancy, but I did have 3 previous C-sections. So this is my last pregnancy with my 5-year-old. And I can remember reading the card, and I read the part where it said I had fibroids. And I was confused by that because I'm like, fibroids? What is fibroids? And how do I have something that I never even knew that I had? And no one told me that I had either. So, yeah, I'm not liking this glare over here. So yeah, it's a bad glare with the windows. But it's alright, y'all. Forgive me. You know, we getting getting better as we go on with this recording device and all that, setting up lighting and all that. I want to thank Fly Society for my hoodie, flannel hoodie. Y'all see me in this hoodie a lot. I wear it around the house, keeps me warm. I get chills sometimes. Thank you, Fly Society. Love these type of hoodies. Anyway, that's just warm. You know what I mean? Alright, so yeah, I wanted to talk about fibroids because my experience with fibroids was like, what is fibroid? What is it? How do I have this? Nobody told me that I had it. Okay, so I went to my OBGYN. I was like, what is this fibroid thing that, you know, written down on my card? You know, can you tell me more about fibroids? And then she explained to me that it is very popular. And this OBGYN was actually my mother's OBGYN. So she knew, you know, the history. My mother had fibroids, so it was genetic. It was something that ran in our family. I have to do more research on how prone you are, you know, if you have a mother or a grandmother that had fibroids. So we got to do some more research, you know. So that's why I have been putting this video off, because I feel like I'm still like unfulfilled when it comes to knowing what I need to know in order to talk about it, speak about it. But I just wanted to share you all my experience. Since I have changed my diet, like since I have really focused on what I eat and what I put into my body, I have noticed some, I mean, like, I don't want to say miraculous changes, but some drastic changes I have noticed in my body. I have noticed my hair, like, I don't have to shave my legs as often. Like, if you can, I don't know if you can tell, but I haven't shaved my legs in months. And the hair just don't grow back as fast as it used to. And I haven't shaved. I know over time, if you shave constantly, consistently, then over time, yeah, you won't have to shave as much because, you know, the process of shaving will start to kill some of those follicles. Um, but, I mean, literally, I don't have to shave. Like, I, I purposely did this whole little quarantine, liberation type, I'm not shaving thing, so I didn't shave my underarms and I didn't shave my pubes. So I have this shaver that I purchased that was like $30 and it was at Walgreens. And it's supposed to be um, for hair bumps, and you know it just was worked really well down in that area, and you know your sensitive areas. So I wanted to use that razor, but I really wanted to give my body a chance to just let my hair grow because I never let it grow. Since the time that I can remember growing hair, I remember shaving it off as soon as I got it. So I wanted to see what it felt like, how long it would grow, just what it felt like to put deodorant on top of the hair, because I never did that before. So, you know, do I sweat more? Does it retain more sweat because of the hair? You know, I just wanted to really experience it. So I embraced the natural, natural everything. I had to throw some weave in my hair because my hair, I just can't keep my hands out my head. Like, if I have my hair out, I'm just going to be twisting it or braiding it or doing something to it. It's just, I don't know, my fingers just always got to be in my head. But when I have braids, it's sort of like a barrier between my hair and my hands. My hands, I don't know, they're just used to being in hair, I guess. And so I tend to find myself like twisting. If I'm just bored doing nothing, I just start twisting my hair. So, yeah. So the less hair on my face, just less hair. I feel like since I changed my diet, I've noticed that I have grown. I have changed my diet from eating so much meat. Just less hair. Less hair grows along my cheeks. I mean, I always had a lot of vellus hair around my cheeks, and, little mustache and everything. So I feel like I'm finally going in the direction that I want to be, especially with my body. Like, after having 4 kids, yes, I did breastfeed, but after having 4 kids, getting my waist back this small was like it felt like it was almost impossible, because after each child that I had, I tried to get right back. After my first son, it was easy. It was just like a snap. After my daughter, it was a little bit harder. She was the second born. Then after a third born, it was really, really hard. I mean, it was really hard to maintain. And, put down the extra food. Especially when you have smaller kids and sometimes they don't eat. Sometimes they don't eat well. Uh-oh. Oh, goodness. Hold on. Oh, what did I do? Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. I was trying to do 2 recordings. Okay, so I accidentally took that off. I accidentally clipped that video. Alright, so my bad. So I found out that 3 out of 1, so if it's a group of 3 women, one of those women, at least one of those women is going to suffer from fibroids or some type of issue in that area. Fibroids are very popular among African and Caribbean, or African Caribbean women. So, I've been told that they do shrink after menopause, after you go through menopause, that they tend to shrink. but we're not there yet, you know what I mean? I'm only 38. I don't want to go through menopause this early. And I know some women that are younger than me that are going through issues with fibroids. And I know you may not want to have the surgery, but if it's painful, sometimes that's your only option, you know, especially if you're in pain every day, constantly in pain, you know. So I just wanted to show you all my experience with changing my diet and just the benefits that I had with just trying to heal myself, not really even knowing what fibroids could do. You know, I did have heavy cycles. I did have moments where I would just have a pain out of nowhere, just in that area. You know, I did feel some discomfort at some times, you know, but I never pinpointed it, you know, never put a point on what was going on with my body. You know, I knew that I found out that I had the fibroids after well, not even giving birth, but getting pregnant with my fourth son, reading that card. But I didn't know the symptoms. I didn't know everything that was to come with it. So once I had him and I started having my cycles, my regular cycles, and they were so heavy and they were so hurtful and painful, and my PMS was all over the place, and I was angry at everyone who set foot in my face or said something out of whack. You know, and you don't want to be angry. You don't want to be angry. You don't want to take your anger and your feelings and your emotions out on your loved ones, the people that you love. That is not, it's just not cool. You know, it's not cool. That's not you. That's not who you want to be. Who wants to be walking around angry and bitter all the time? No one, truly. So I wanted to change. I wanted to do something about the feelings that I was having. Yeah, I started popping little PMS pills to help regulate the little PMS mood swings and things. And that really didn't solve the pain issue, you know. Popping pills, ibuprofen, Motrin, you know, that stuff, it's only a temporary fix, you know. So I wanted to eat the things that I needed to eat to heal my body, to heal my wounds. So I wanted to flush, I wanted to detox. So I did that. Excuse me. I detoxed. I learned how to fast, how to do juice fast, how to fast and just go, I'll just go a whole morning without eating anything, just straight water. And then 7 o'clock I'll eat, you know. So what is called intermittent fasting. I just learned how to focus more on my body. I learned about hormonal imbalances, and that was something that I was also suffering from. Excuse me. Yeah. So, and I've learned too, when you have a hormonal imbalance, that can affect your fertility. It can also affect the baby that's being born. You know, we wonder so much about this LGBTQ, and we think as if it's an agenda, but in actuality, it may be our diets that's making our children this way. You know, if the male and the female combined create this being, what are we feeding our bodies in order to create this being? Are we balanced in our hormones? Are we centered so that we can create a balanced child? You know, we have to think about all of that. So we're still doing research and everything. So nothing else to do but to do it, you know. Do what you can, learn what you can. So I learned about 5 different types of fibroids. and they are in different areas, and that's what makes them have different titles, I would say. So some of them are, some may be in your cavity, some may be outside the womb, some may be beneath the uterus membrane, some may be inside the muscular layer of your uterus. There's different ones, different names. So some of the signs: discomfort during sex, pressure on bowels, low iron. I know I've had low iron for a long time. Heavy periods. So every time that I was pregnant, I always had to take iron. Always had to take iron. And you want to be careful with taking iron too. You want to make sure that you're taking what you need. You know, if you're deficient in vitamin D, that's also something that you need to take a supplement for. And make sure that you're getting out, getting enough sunlight. Yeah, so if you go to the doctor and you ask, why do I have fibroids? Most doctors are going to tell you, I'm not sure. They don't know where they come from, because that's what they told me. They don't know where they come from. They don't know what they originate from, or whatever. Okay, they're just doctors. We're not going to hold them accountable to know everything. So what I have studied, or what I have found, is fibroids come from two things: improper liver function and hormonal imbalance. We talked about the hormonal imbalance. There's a lot of different things a lot of different signs that could let you know that you have a hormonal imbalance. Irregular periods, infertility, hot flashes and night sweats, hormonal acne. If you get that acne all around here on your chin, I get the same bump on my chin all the time. I mean, consistently in the same place. And I watch the same spot 2 or 3 times a day, and it still returns, you know. So that lets me know that it's something internal that I'm still dealing with. It's something internal that I may still need to get out or remove or heal or whatever, you know. So excess hair growth. If your hair is just growing excessively, you have beard, you have a mustache just out of control, you are a female, that should not be. That should tell you that you have maybe too much testosterone. Something else is going on that's creating more hair, more and more hair. So what was that condition called? I can't even remember right now. Okay, mood swings. If you have low libido, that means your sex drive is just really low. Like you have a partner there with you every day, showing you love, giving you kisses and hugs and embracing you, and you just don't feel like you ever want to, do the dinner. That's the problem. Insomnia. If you have problems getting to sleep at night, that could be a clear sign. Hair loss as well. So I talked about hair growth, excessive hair growth, but hair loss can be a sign too of a hormonal imbalance. If you in your early 40s, 50s, what are we doing that we're losing our hair? What are you doing that you're losing your hair? As a female, that's the last thing you want to do, is lose the hair on the top of your head, That's not something that you set out for or look out for at that age, 40, 50. Now maybe 70, 80, you might be, a little content with the fact that hair is thinning out or whatever. But 40, 50 years old, no. So that is the hormone. That is some of the signs that can let you know that you have a hormonal imbalance. Don't get me wrong now, I'm not a doctor, so I should have started with that disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. See your doctor, see your physician, consult your physician if you have specific questions on specific issues. I am willing to help anyone if you want to drop questions here, but just know that I am not a doctor. I do research, I do my own research, and I use books, other people's books, so it's other people's research as well. So I just think that that is the way of life. That's the lifestyle right now. Like, if you're not thinking of doing your own research, finding out the truth about the things that you desire to learn about, then you like wasting your time right now. Especially right now when we're supposed to be homeschooling and teaching our babies. How you gonna pass on some information you never researched? You just passing it on just to be passing it on. So it's time for us to wake up, embrace nature, embrace our creativity, embrace our total being, our divine beings that we are, and just arise to the challenges of creating our own, doing for ourselves, building our own, supporting each other, really, really, really embracing that unity. It's so hard. I understand it's so hard, especially when others have things that you may not agree with. You may worship two different gods, but that doesn't mean that you can't come together and collaborate on a project, So this is what we have to do, put our differences to the side and come together and love each other, love on each other. So I want to talk about a few things that we should be eating, that I started eating also. So we said that improper liver function and hormonal imbalance is the two things that I have researched that trigger fibroids. These are the reasons why we get fibroids, because our hormones are imbalanced and our liver is not functioning properly. And why is those two things? Because we have not been eating the right diet. We have been filling ourselves up with soy and red meat and soy and more soy and red meat, and it's not good. So if we want to reduce fibroids, we want to stay away from the soy and the red meat. Okay, we want to gradually, drastically, whatever you feel that you need, decrease your intake of soy and red meat. Alright, the two things that we should be eating: pineapples and mangoes. Pineapples and mangoes every day, all day, ladies. Alright, use your pineapples and mangoes, and especially for that juicy, supple pom-pom, that yummy. Get your pineapples and mangoes, okay? Let me see. Okay, for your liver health, focus on that ginger. You can take ginger root, cut it up, put it in your tea, put it in your water, put it in your food, put ginger in all your food. You want to eat omega-3 free-range eggs. I love eggs. Forgive me, y'all. I love eggs. So you wanna eat you some free-range eggs, brown eggs, of course, gluten-free foods. Try to seek out your gluten-free foods. There's so many of them right now. They got gluten-free everything right now. Everything, literally everything. So garlic and onions in everything. I put garlic and onions in everything. So try to incorporate your garlic in your food. Lentils. I got recipes for lentils on this channel, so look down, scroll up, whatever, green leafy vegetables and fruits. If you're not getting your green leafy vegetables and fruits in every day, baby, I'm telling you. And if you over 30, it's time. It's time to get on up. Okay, flaxseed and flaxseed oil. That is so good to add to your smoothie. I add flax seeds. My smoothie. Cabbage, broccoli, apples, tomatoes. Cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower. Those are also good for your sons. If you have boys and you're not feeding your boys cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower on a weekly, daily, hourly, no, maybe not hourly, but as often as possible, feed your boys cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower. Don't obsessively do it, like I said, not hourly, but if they're eating cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower 3 to 4 times a week, that's very good. Okay, you want to give them that because your boys, they're boys. They don't need the estrogen, they need the testosterone, and you want to give them that type of food that's going to help to, to react and help build that testosterone. So, cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower for the boys, but also for your female body, for your divine feminine body. You need cabbage, broccoli, apples, tomatoes. High iron foods, okay? And then maybe you won't have to take that iron supplement like you girl did, like I had to. So, what we want to do now with you, my lovely, naturally royal, beautiful family, I want to do some yoga. I want to do some yoga for fibroids, some self-healing techniques that we can use. Oh, and let me just talk about this real quick. If you are suffering from hair loss, your hair grows in different steps. Well, it has a pattern, a growth pattern. So what you want to do, if you want to extend that stage of growth, which is the anagen stage, you want to try to put more tea tree, castor oil, peppermint, and lavender. Those oils will help to penetrate your scalp. You want to try to massage these oils in. You don't have to mix all of them. If you only have one, that's fine. Castor oil will be the best for black folks' hair, okay? So you want to try to massage them in, stimulate the follicles, stimulate your scalp, and these will over time help to extend that anagen stage, that growth stage, whereas maybe your average growth stage only gave you an inch, of growth. You want to extend that, you want to get 2 inches, whatever. So you want to try to do different things to your hair, to your scalp, to moisturize it, to stimulate that follicle. So massaging it, spraying it, oiling it every day. Every day I spray and oil my hair. I spray my hair with aloe vera juice, and I put avocado oil and castor oil on my hair. I don't have a mix. I do that avocado oil, then I do the castor oil, and then I rub that into my scalp. And like I said, with the braids, it just makes this life so much easier. I did not want to go back to weave. I did the yarn locks. I love my yarn locks, but I had to. Because I was just breaking my hair out, constantly twisting it, constantly braiding it, constantly doing something to it every day, managing it, trying to manage it. Alright, so in this yoga that we're going to be doing is going to be a bit of tantra. Tantra just is let me see, how can I explain it? It's taking your consciousness and combining it with the consciousness of the world, the consciousness of the universe, of everything that's infinite inside your realm, shall I say. So it's to achieve your highest being, to achieve the God in you. So I want to include a little bit of Tantra because, okay, so Tan means expansion, Tra means liberation, and I just feel so elevated right now, and I want everyone to feel like I feel. Like I feel so excited about the future, just excited about everything that's about to go down, that's about to go up, that's about to go all around, that, you know, just everything. And I hate to say down because a lot of times we get that so confused when we think about down. Just like you think about down, you think about hell. You know, down, up, down. It's all the same. It's all the same to me. You know, of course, we always want to move up in the elevated, you know, way, progress. But words are just words. And I do understand that words have power, but it's only the power that you give it, you know, the power that you put into the words, and the power that you take from it as well. So I want to include some Tantra yoga, if you recall, so it can also help to open up that, unblock, shall I say, that root chakra and that sacral chakra, because we have a lot of healing to do. So I got my books out. The Wheels of Life, Heal Thyself, Queen of Fua. I haven't even started this one. Sacred Woman. So y'all want to get your read on. You definitely want to expand your mind and read as much as you can. Reading something new is just enlightenment. Enlightenment means to just continue to learn, continue to grow, to continue to flourish, and you always want to grow. I mean, if you know everything, then who needs you? You know, you want to be able to grow and learn from others. Alright, so when you start to feel stiff, that's when you know you need some yoga. You know the chakras is blocked, and you know you need your yoga. Okay, so let me just make sure I went through everything. Okay, so if you do have fibroids, this is what I wanted to tell you too. If you do have fibroids, if you're suffering with fibroids, try to also, I know I said the red meat and the soy, but also coffee and alcohol. So if you are drinking every day, this, you know, whatever, vodka, Henny, whatever, if you're drinking or half a fifth, you know, that's too much. That's too much, you know. You have to be able to regulate what's too much, but I'm going to tell you, that's too much, you know. You are, first off, you are a female, and you are a woman, and right now, mostly everybody is in the house. I mean, unless you just like, you going to a club and you performing or something, and that's your performance juice, I don't know what to tell you, but you should always be able to embrace the natural you. So if alcohol, I love a little wine. I ain't gonna even say a little wine. I love a lot of wine. It's a lot of wine I love. Merlot is my favorite, but I keep a wine collection. You know, I keep my little wine bar filled. We have a little wine bar here in the town. I've been waiting on someone patiently to take me out to the wine bar. But anyway, that's another story. So if you do have a drink, it's okay. Moderation. Just always remember moderation. Same thing with the red meat, with the soy. Moderation, alright? Don't overdo it. You are a woman, you got to think about, especially if you're a woman who don't have kids yet. You're a woman that already had kids, yes, you want to prolong your life. But if you're a woman that haven't had kids yet, you don't want to tear up your body so that when you do have kids, your kids have all type of issues. This is why our children have these issues, these behavior issues, and issues that we just can't explain. Like, wow, what is that? I never told him that. I never, did that around this child, and this child is just wilding all the time. These are some of the things that can be controlled. It starts with your womb health. So if your womb is healthy, you can have a healthy baby. You can produce a healthy seed. It comes from the male too. So men, always you have to think about your diet. You have to think about what you eat too. If you're not a father and you want to be a father, think about what you put into your body. We had these babies just coming out talking about, I feel like a boy, but I was born a girl. So what is the reason behind that? We have to do our own research. And this is why I focus so much on nutritional psychiatry. And I know it's kind of like something new, but I feel like I have to pursue this. Like, I feel like it's like a calling for me. I want to focus on homeschooling my kids, my babies right now, my children right now. They're not babies. My children right now. And I do want to focus on that, but I also want to, I want to be able to focus on my career. And nutritional therapy, nutritional psychiatry, I just feel like I'm very passionate about it. I feel very passionate about helping people learn what is their triggers, what is their diagnosis, what do they need to eat in order to prolong their life, what do they need to eat in order to stay, in order to get their energy up so that they can go to work every day, just natural foods, foods that you can just get right out your local grocery store, from your farm or whatever, natural food. No processed, no additives, none of that. Just healthy natural food. Right? So we're going to do some yoga. Let's do some yoga. Alright. I want to start with some wound healing. We call it wound healing yoga. Wound healing yoga. Now you can do this standing up. I got my rings up. You can do this standing up, sitting down, whatever. It's up to you. Thank you, Fly Society, for my hoodie. Fly Society, yes, that's a black-owned company. So you can do this standing up or sitting down. I'm going to do it kneeling because of the camera angle, and this is my setup, y'all. Like, I done tried different angles and different whatever. This is what works right now. Alright, so you want to start here in the womb. Want to breathe deep. Now this time we're going to tilt our pelvic area back and then forward. So you want to go back on the exhale, forward on the inhale. Try to stay relaxed. Okay, I think I said that wrong. Forward on the exhale, back on the inhale. Over there. Whichever way it fits you. And I also want to encourage women and men that are patiently waiting. If you're waiting for a partner and sometimes you feel overwhelmed and you feel as if, you have that blockage where you need a release, you need to you you need to expel. You really need to expel that. There's times when we need to harness that energy, but there's times when we really just have a build up of, substance, and we just need to just release and have that orgasm. So I would say that if you are a man or a woman that are, like myself, waiting on a partner, that's patiently waiting on the right one, your twin flame or whatever, you just don't want to have casual intercourse with someone, then this type of yoga is also a way of allowing yourself to be still, allowing yourself to really focus on yourself and the long-term goal, what you want, what you really desire. What do you desire for you? Because that's what life is about. Life is about conquering your desires that you see, that you feel, that you connect so deeply with. What is it that you want in life? Okay? So, let's keep that breathing going. Now here, I want to center your body. This is womb healing. We're going to place our palms over our womb, the diamond shape in the middle. And we want to just think about all the healing that needs to take place. All that you are. All that you can be. You have a purpose. You are beautiful. You are divine. You are love. Healing is necessary. Open up those arms to the world. Open up that chest. Go back. Sit on our ankles. Open it up. Hands down, center. In your nose, out your nose. In your nose, out your mouth. Shoulders back. Try to feel as relaxed as you can. If this position hurts you, sitting back on your legs, just sit straight with your legs straight out. That's fine. You want stretch your neck out here. Okay. Right here. Now, if you can do this, do it. If you can't, don't worry about it. I'm going to bring your legs, your feet together. Here. You know, if you have trouble sleeping, you can put your feet in this position and it'll help you get to sleep faster. So here, I wanted to just do a light little rock. Not so much when your legs come up, but just a light little rock. While still breathing. And if you can't hold your hands there, focus here on your womb, because that's what we're doing. Womb healing. Okay. Now here, if you have a yoga block, use a yoga block. If you don't, just use a towel. That'll work. You're going to sit on your yoga block to bring that middle section up. Bring the middle up. So, if you can, like I said, if you can do these feet, it's fine. Just keep your legs out. You can do it like that. That's fine. So, but if you can, get that full stretch in. I'm going to go over and stretch this way. Pull your body. Go as slow as you can, when you need to. Doesn't have to be fast. Go this way. You can feel that stretch right up in here. Feels so good. You know what I mean. If you don't do that stretch that often, you feel it. You will feel it. Especially if you work out and you do legs. You don't need to stretch that out. You don't ever want the muscles getting too tight. Up here, other leg. You're focusing on that wound. All the healing that needs to take place. Okay. Move that block. Move that block. Alright. So, we're still healing our wound. Like I said, if you can do this pose, it's fine. Don't trip. Once you do, I'm gonna go this way so y'all can. Stretch out. Arms back. Good morning, camera. My head is on my knees. It's not reaching the mat. It's just sitting in between my knees. Let your body relax. Your head up. Body slowly. My airways. Now right here, I'm going to do a cobra. Now remember the cobra pose? Okay, so right now I'm on my knees. I'm going to go dipping my body down and chin up. It feels good. And don't forget to breathe. Bring those hands up. Another stretch. Place your hands right on the mat. Push up one more time. Really feel that stretch, and that's fine. Feel those organs getting a detox and healing. Healing yourself right now. You know that? Okay. Want to do a couple cat-cows? Really try to bring that body low. Okay, let's see. What else we want to add to that routine? Talking about wound healing. So many different workouts. Okay, so if you can't, don't worry about it. This is a yoga pose. I can't remember the name of it. Please forgive me, y'all. You can hold your balance here. Hold it like this. And y'all know it's so good also for planks. Planks are so good for core, everything, for your total body. Get you some planks in. Why are you just sitting there? Why are you just sitting there? Huh? Have you been to the bathroom this morning?
Yeah, I just did the phone.
Okay. Did everything you needed to do. You sure you used the oil and the lotion? Deodorant? Okay. What chores you need to do before you get your something to eat? Okay, y'all, this water's in my way up. That's a little bit. Water's away. Water's in the way. Hold it. So, I can come up with an extended version just for fibroid healing or wound healing yoga. I just wanted to share that with you. We're coming up on an hour, so I didn't want this video to be longer than an hour. So I'm going to close out this video. I want to thank you all for tuning in with me, checking the channel out, subscribing, supporting the channel. It will get better as I get better. As I get better with technology, it'll get better. But thank you for being here with me. Alright, I want you all to remember that you have a purpose. You are naturally royal. Peace, love, and compassion always. Spread all your love. Spread all your joy. Spread it to those who need it. We got a lot of zombies out here, okay? We need more than one slayer. So, spread that love. Love is you. Love is in you. Love is all over you. These are the times right now when we're rising and raising our babies, raising our vibrations, just connecting to our natural beings, understanding who we are and embracing who we are. So, you are divine beings living in this crazy world, alright? But it has no bearing on you because you are naturally royal. Naturally royal, baby. Let me tell you. You got the royal blood, and nothing can stop you but you, okay? So never fear. Never fear. Just embrace what you're going through. Take the good with the bad. Always remember your principles of my eyes, because that will help you. And always pray and praise. Praise your ancestors. All praise to nature. All praise to our Creator. Thank nature for just allowing you to be in nature. When you're walking through a forest preserve, or you're walking through a city that's unfamiliar to you, embrace it. Embrace it. Ask those that are around you, you know, for guidance. You know, we don't know everything. We don't. Okay? So embrace what you're going through. Ask those around you for help. I'm here to help. I'm willing to help anyone. Now, y'all know I lost 70 pounds. If I could do it, if I can lose 70 pounds in 9 months and keep it off over 2 years, 3 years now it's been, you can do it too, okay? Don't let age stop you. Don't ever think that you're too old to do anything, all right? I'm learning how to do ballet right now. So there's things that we can learn on our own. We just have to put the effort. You know, we have to have the will. We have to have the drive to do it. But that's always things. There's always room for growth. Always room to learn. Okay. So peace, peace, peace. Love y'all. Thank y'all for checking in. Peace.